Hi there. My name is Josh Norris. I am 14 years old and attend Boone Middle School, and am in the eighth grade. I was born with peer Robin sequence a condition that stops a jawbone from growing, so it quickly becomes so small that it pulls a ton down a throat. This causes issues in breathing and swallowing. I know that I think we all know what happens when someone doesn't breathe or eat. I also had a brain condition called hydrocephalus that made it hard for me to walk, but over time that got better. I was lucky to be born when I was, and I would like to tell you about what happened to people like me who were living during the years of Hitler and World War II. In the early 1930s, Hitler was already in power. He wanted to build a perfect race of people and didn't like people who were born with disabilities or mental illness. He wanted to kill these people who were living in Germany then, but was afraid to because the people were not approved. So he told his closest advisors that he would wait till Germany went to war to kill them, because the people won't notice that it was happening then. In 1938, a boy was born in Germany who was blind and mentally challenged. German society had already accepted Hitler's view of disabled people, and his parents wanted to kill him. So they wrote a letter to Hitler and asked him to allow them to have him put to death. After a short time, Hitler agreed to allow the boy to be put to death, and he was. After this, Hitler created a program called Action T4. Under this program, a group of special Nazi doctors were assigned to examine people and decide if they were fit to live or not. If a condition was considered incurable, the person was put to death. The official name of the T4 program was Charitable Foundation for Curative and Institutional Care. The actual building it was held and was destroyed, but a black and endless sidewalk marks its location, historic importance, importance. In August of 1939, Hitler's government decided to require all hospitals, doctors, and midwives to report the treatment of any child under the age of 3 with a disability or the birth of any child with a disability. The definition of disability included mentally challenged, Down syndrome, blind, deaf, sick, hydrocephalus, birth defects, seizures, cleft palates. If parents refused to let Hitler's government take their disabled child away, they were sent to work camps and had their other children taken away from them. By 1941, more than 5,000 children under age 3 have been put to death by Nazis. Sadly, the last baby put to death by the Nazis died in a German hospital on May 29, 1945, 3 weeks after American troops occupied the town. Occupied the town. At first, adults with disabilities to be executed by Nazis were Polish. And Nazis were emptying special schools, institutions, and hospitals of all physically and mentally disabled adults and taking them to gas chambers to be executed. By the end of 1941, more than 75,000 disabled people have been executed in health care facilities across Germany and Poland. Nazis believed that killing off children and adults with disabilities were cleansed Aryan race for future genetic imperfections. They also would sterilize the parents and siblings of these children to ensure a pure race. Today we live in a society that provides an education for kids with disabilities. We have laws that protect us. We have rights. Right? We have rights. I am thankful that I was born in 2001 and that my parents loved me. The end. The end. All done.